Good day, hello, good morning. Welcome to Hug Nation Live. Let me make sure I'm using a microphone that's actually working. I think so. Hi. Good day and hello. I am sending you gratitude and joining you today from Kauai. Oh, it's very beautiful here. The sun is just coming up. It is 7 a.m. You might hear the roosters doing their thing. And I just wanted to pop in since I woke up nice and early on a Hawaiian morning and am filled with gratitude. So if you're here and have got a little bit of gratitude in your spirit, dig in and share it so we can be with one another and have some gratitude. I'm on vacation right now, so I'm grateful that I am on vacation. Grateful that I am here in the digital space because it feels so good, not because it is a responsibility or a... Hear that one? Yeah, we are on an Airbnb that features goat yoga. As of now, I am not committed to doing goat yoga, but I am grateful that such a thing exists and is going to be right outside the window. I don't know if it's today, but like on Google Maps, this area it says goat yoga on Google Maps. I am grateful for so much gratitude right now for my beloved Lisa and just I haven't been feeling very healthy lately. I feel a lot better this morning. I slept through the night and I feel pretty good today. I'm actually having coffee as well. I weaned off coffee the last several days, as I was feeling sick and just might as well. So I had low energy, no coffee, congestion and stuff. But I'm feeling pretty good today. So grateful for a return to coffee. Grateful for my immune system. Grateful for all the... Oh, we got bumped up to first class too. So I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not sure if that is a restream issue or not. But maybe I will double check that that's the case. We got bumped to first class, and this was a 6-hour flight to Hawaii. And man, I could easily get used to first class. You said it, Rooster. I'm just going to try to see if anyone is trying to leave a comment that I can't see. Maybe not. Oh, there is comments that I can't see. Okay, good morning, Gerbat. And hello, Juan. Hello, Melissa. And... Junkies, I think... Rebecca? No. Not Betsy? No. I tell you, my mind just keeps doing that. But grateful to have made it today. And sick right now, says Junkies. Brandy, it's so funny. I don't know why that name eludes me. I have an ex named Brandy, and thanks, Brandy. Thanks for your patience with me. Brandy says, I'm sick myself, coughing and achy. Vitamin C, that's something I'm wicked grateful for. Kerbot says, grateful for an opportunity to have lunch with a friend in San Luis Obispo on my way home last weekend. Great. Are they still coming in? I'm going to open and close chat and see if it works for me on... Nope. All right, fine. I will pay attention over here. I'm grateful for this gorgeous decor in this Airbnb with the black and white and my neutrals and my beard and this this cow. I just feel like it was made in heaven. Oh, you know what? I'm going to see if this will work. See if I can show you the view. Now that the sun, when I started broadcasting, the sun was not up. It was dark outside. But now, I think this might work. Let's see if that works. You see the beautiful, the green hills behind me. The ocean is that way. Oh, I guess we're on an island, so it's in every direction, but we're close to the east right now. So the sun rose in the east, and I'm grateful for just like there's just a vibe. You know, the land just feels different. And we're here for 3 nights, and then we're going to the Big Island. I'm super grateful to be here with my beloved Lisa. It is paradise, Karabat, yeah. And it's the area that we were around. It seems pretty undeveloped. Like we went to this strip, this like street, and there was restaurants and things that seemed to cater for tourists, but it's not super polished, and you know, it's not like Honolulu. Honolulu, more like it. Brandy says, I'm grateful for my little sister moving back to Connecticut and the time I'm spending with her. Nice. I feel pretty wicked chill. It's nice to be on vacation. I'm grateful for a big laugh that Lisa and I had yesterday. We're saying that I said, I realized that these wooden beads is the difference between Duck Dynasty and Osho. Like, it's a thin line. Take these off, and suddenly I'm a gun-toting, truck driving. It's a different look. Melissa says, I'm grateful for making dinner last night. I haven't had it in me for a while and finally made a meal. Spaghetti! And if you are watching on Facebook right now, I apologize. We're having some comment issues, so I'm only able to see the ones that are in Facebook. But I will see. Excuse me. I'm only able to see the ones on YouTube. So my apologies. I'll just see if I can catch up in case there's anything there. Yeah, it's so nice to travel with someone that we're such good partners to each other. And there's just this deep, like, I had some body issues yesterday that were not the most romantic and sexy. Like, all right, so earmuffs if you're easily grossed out. I was, dealing with this cough, and I had a cough in the plane yesterday that was, they say the productive cough. It was like so productive. I was like, fuck. If I could speak, I would be like, can you bring me like 2 coffee cups? So it would like spit it out. It was like, so I was sharing that with Lisa, and then she was busting up laughing. And then we get to this Airbnb, and as soon as we get here, I clog the toilet. And I'm like fighting with a plunger, and it was like this close to catastrophe. And I'm just grateful that we're at a stage in our relationship where I can, we can laugh together about things like that. All right, we'll just do a little bit more sharing if anybody's got anything they're feeling grateful for. I am grateful for, let's see. Oh, yes. Hey, Craig. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Dawn is grateful for all the travels I've enjoyed. Eric. Good day to you. There is great vibes. I have most of my Hawaiian experiences on the Big Island, the Hilo side, and which is where we're headed next. I think this is my first time to Kauai, so I'm not yet ready to really speak to its vibe and energy. I one thing that I'm aware of in traveling, I was talking about this with Lisa yesterday, is like I'm I'm very aware of my presence as a tourist. You know, a younger version of me, I wanted to like get away from touristy areas and have the most authentic experiences, and now I'm I'm less attached to that because I recognize there's a consequence to that. Meaning, one or two people that gets off the beaten path and experiences the native culture, that's fine. But there's a threshold. If a certain number of people are engaging in the local vibe, then you've changed the local vibe, and that happens all over the world. There's so I'm fine with making most of my experiences in the areas of a space that are for catering to visitors and exploring their sites and restaurants and things like that. But I don't want to be a burden on anyone's culture. As a San Diegan, I know that is, there's definitely an effect of the culture in the summertime when people are coming in. And if there was, people with, maps and cars messing with taking all the parking spaces and making things awkward in my day-to-day life, I'd be like, ugh. And I guess one of the things that made me think about this was I had a friend that shared this experience where they lived like for weeks with a tribe in Papua New Guinea, I believe it was. And like, so they had this picture of them as a woman wearing just a grass skirt, topless, with these other natives that were just, wearing only grass skirts. And it was like, whoa, incredible. And she had the most incredible experience. But it made me think, like, at a certain threshold, if too many people do that, it changes the experience of the tribe. The whole culture changes as they start catering to the possible money that comes in. That they start it commodifies the culture, and so it's a different mindset. Rather than I want to suck the marrow out of all the cultures of the world, to like, hey, I don't want to poison the other cultures of the world. Brandy says, I want a vacation destination that's zero cell or internet connection. What's funny is that you can do that, and I can do that anytime. Like, I didn't have to, I could not, but it's a hard chain to break, that one of connectivity. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Nicole. Craig says, a tribe in Africa was studied and they lost their culture in the culture of showing others their culture. Totally. And I mean, I've been like, when I was in college, I went to some places that were, like I spent 2 months in Turkey, and I went to some cities, little towns that had never met anyone from the U.S. And it was some of the best experiences of my life. And at the same time, I went to Bali in 90 or 91. And the difference of Bali in 90 compared to when I went like 5 years ago, that's 30 years, 34-year difference. I mean, really significant changes. And it's one of the really inevitable, but I think sad things about there's all these advantages to a world that's connected through the internet so that we can see the same movies and eat the same fast food chains, and there's some comfort in this homogeny, and there is a tragic loss. That is the path of progress, and I think it's okay to acknowledge it and then try to be aware, which is why, like I'm saying, I want to experience the world, but I do not want to trample on it. I want to observe the garden, but not trample on the flowers. All right. Well, with that, wherever you are, thank you for joining me today. I don't know. I may or may not depend on my waking schedule, and I may be here in the following days, or I may not. Depends on internet connectivity and my biorhythms, but I'm really glad to be here today to share gratitude with you and to be able to channel the vibe of this beautiful sacred land and my return to coffee and to celebrate with you. Tread lightly, says Gearbot. Leave no trace. They should make a principle about that. Okay, one last story. So years ago, when I lived in the webcam house, my housemates and I, we all went to Amsterdam. And at that time I was like, I don't want to go as a tourist. I want to go like as a visiting theme camp. So we all brought fur pants and we dressed like burners and went through the city, not as tourists, but as we are a visiting Burning Man theme camp. We want to experience your gifts and we want to share ours. And it was really special and beautiful. And I think that there's an argument to be made for that as well. But it is more of a conversation, I think, than an argument. So maybe we'll leave it with that. Wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big old squeeze, feeling this embrace, feeling connection, feeling gratitude, feeling maybe challenged to find the bits of gratitude, the light amongst the challenges, recognizing the challenges, feeling the struggles and the pains of others, and being with that, and also finding the bits of light and laughter and joy that are inevitably a part of every day. So let's celebrate those bits of light in one another as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here for Hug Nation Live from Kauai. See you next time I see you.